Woohoo, we are live, day 3. Happy as can be. Getting all set up on the stream. Yep, I think so. Okay, let's see. Beautiful. Yeah? What do you think, El? I think it's awesome. All right, let's go live. Thank you, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, everyone, to day 3. Happy as can be. This is by far the best day so far, because today it's all about connecting abundance to consciousness. Dr. Chopra is going to teach us about Sat Chit Ananda, existence, consciousness, and bliss. And so he's going to take us in the meditation from the formless into the form. He's going to teach us how our thoughts, intentions, attentions, and expectations fit through formlessness into form, through the corporeal to the incorporeal, from the tangible to the intangible, from sensation to perception, and then finally, of course, into reality. And that's what this is all about, connecting yourself, the lowercase s, to the uppercase L, the self. So going from the human to the being, and the being which we share with everything and everyone. So before we begin, we always like to make a land acknowledgement, and we're going to do that symbolically through the sage, and just remember the beautiful land in which we're occupying. Oh, Busho. Beautiful. And then we're going to clear the space with the sound of the bell. And then finally, discussing for the first time the homework, because now after day 1 and day 2, we've populated the practice. Remember, you can jump in at any time, but if you really want to really progress, as the owner of IAM Yoga has said to me, you really have to follow it in stages, because it snowballs, it develops, it grows, just like abundance. And so far, so good. I've really been feeling it. I feel like day 1 and day 2 were 2 points connecting a strong foundation. And then day 3 is the arrowhead. Today, we're going to get an elevated experience. We're going to sort of see why one is the other. He talks about abundance, but when we talk about things, it's always nice to also know what its opposite is. So some people, they experience the positive, others experience the negative. Neither nor is right or wrong, it's either or. And so one of the things that we want to be conscious of, especially in today's practices, is how we introduce the word lack. How the opposite of abundance is lack. And so he'll discuss it, but I just want you to be subtly aware of that as you tune into today's teaching. And part of the homework in day 2 was about manifesting but being aware of all of our debts, all of the things that kind of have low vibration, right, wrong, good, bad, cell phone bills, water, utility, electric, all that. Just being aware of our output, what we're giving out. And so being aware of what we're giving out, on day 2, right, we learned how to realize like what we are doing for day 3, which is how to connect that, how to fulfill that lack with abundance. And it was an imagination exercise. It was creative. It was, you could use any form of monetary idea, concept. It was just about attaching, those debts, that lack with abundance. And it was really beautiful. So it's really wonderful to continue on the journey. And I encourage you all to continue with the homework, because I'm really starting to feel the effects. Came in today feeling very high vibration. And why I feel such high vibration is because it is taking effect. I do this in the morning, and then I do it before I teach. And now I get to do it for a 3rd time here with you. So let's get in a comfortable position. We'd like to acknowledge and thank everyone for making this possible, especially all of you. And just remember, comfort is the key. So sit in a comfortable position, heels underneath your knees, or if you prefer, if your hips are open, lining up your heels with your tailbone, or sitting up on a chair, a cushion. I conduct this meditation in the morning from the edge of my bed. So again, do what makes you feel comfortable, because comfort leads to relaxation, and that is the key. All right, so let's begin with the meditation. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Close the lips. Stay with the breath. Regulate the breath when you need it. You can always exhale to sigh, to release, to let go. And just stay in attention. Remember, thoughts, intention, attention, expectation. Let's expect the very best. Sat Chit Ananda. Existence, consciousness, and bliss.
Welcome to day 3. What is reality? Is it what we can experience with our senses? Or is it something else, something deeper? Consider for a moment. Where was the chair you were sitting on before it was created? Where was your newborn before she came into this world? Just because we cannot see or touch something does not mean it doesn't exist. It simply means we can't experience it in our three-dimensional world at this moment. The same holds true for whatever you consider abundance, limitless love, unbounded joy, optimal health, or greater material possessions. Just because you are not experiencing what you desire in this moment doesn't mean it can't exist for you. We live our lives primarily on the physical plane, which includes everything that has form or substance, what we commonly refer to as matter. Some look at this physical realm and see lack. Others see abundance. Some feel abundant. Others feel limited based on certain messages they may have received in the past. While we believe matter to be reality, we often view reality as changeless. Yet matter and form continually change. So, what then is reality? As we exist in the physical plane, we also live at the level of the mind. The mind is that part of us that perceives, thinks, reasons, and evaluates. The mind is potential energy, and because of this, we can change our physical world simply by changing our thoughts and beliefs. Beyond the mind, at the deepest level of consciousness, resides the spirit. This is the part of us that is eternal, unchanging, and imbued with pure, unlimited potential. Tapping into this potential is what enables us to manifest miracles. The world out there may appear to be objective, but in fact, it is subjective, a construct of our own interpretations. Our words, thoughts, and beliefs creates specific results in the physical world. Therefore, abundance does not spring from an external source. Rather, it comes from within, from thought, intention, attention, and expectation. You, as a powerful creative being, can change your perceptions, change your mind, and change your reality by transforming your thoughts and expectations. You can begin to speak and understand nature's language and harness its infinite flow of energy, information, and intelligence to enjoy the great bounty of spirit that is your birthright. As we prepare for meditation, let's contemplate today's centering thought. Today, I focus on what I want to attract into my life.
Today I focus on what I want to attract into my life.
Today, I focus on what I want to attract into my life.
Today I focus on what I want to attract into my life.
Now let's begin. Please find a comfortable position, placing your hands lightly in your lap and closing your eyes. In this moment, go within, to that place of inner quiet where we experience our connection to the higher self. Let go of all thoughts and begin to observe the inflow and outflow of your breath. With each inhalation and exhalation, allow yourself to become more relaxed, more comfortable, more at peace. Gently introduce today's Sanskrit mantra, repeating it mentally and allowing it to flow with effortless ease. Sat Chit Ananda.
Sat Chit Ananda.
Sat Chit Ananda.
Sat Chit Ananda.
Existence, consciousness, bliss.
Existence, consciousness, bliss.
Sat Chit Ananda.
Sat Chit Ananda.
Whenever you find yourself distracted by thoughts, sensations in your body, or noises in the environment, simply return your attention to mentally repeating the mantra. Sat Chit Ananda.
Sat Chit Ananda.
Please continue with your meditation. I'll mind the time, and at the end, you'll hear me ring a soft bell to indicate it's time to release the mantra. Sat Chit Ananda.
Sat Chit Ananda.
Sat Chit Ananda.
Sat Chit Ananda.
Just mentally. to release the mantra. Please bring your awareness back into your body. Take a moment to rest, inhaling and exhaling slowly and deeply. When you feel ready, gently open your eyes. As you continue with your day, carry this sense of abundance with you, reminding yourself of today's centering thought. Today, I focus on what I want to attract into my life.
Today, I focus on what I want to attract into my life.
Today, I focus on what I want to attract into my life.
Today, I focus on what I want to attract in my life.
Today, I focus on what I want to attract into my life.
Today, I focus on what I want to attract in my life.
Namaste.
Namaste. Beautiful, everyone. What a wonderful practice. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat also, when I was in India, was explained to me as truth, like truth, consciousness, bliss. And it goes, from the truth through the consciousness into the bliss, but it's actually like a triangle. So we're going to focus today on triangles, lots of triangles today. And we're going to do a special breathing pattern to begin. So let's come into a thunderbolt position, kneeling, zazen, Japanese style, and just get nice and comfortable. And we're going to do 2 deep breaths in. So it's going to be like Sat, Chit, and then Ananda. And Ananda means bliss. So we're going to manifest that. All right. So, right. Whether we go exhale through the mouth or the nose, depends on how you're feeling, right? And what you're receiving. So all together, deep breath in, full exhale. 2 breaths quickly. Exhale. 10, 9, 8, moving the spine, 7, lifting the heart, 5, dropping the lower back, 4, 3, growing long and strong, 2, last one, inhale, hold. Hold the breath and move your body around for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's do our first triangle. Let's exhale, straighten downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Try and keep up with that breath. Double inhale. So as you pedal out, downward dog, just feeling first triangle. So looking at it from the side, seeing it as a triangle. My teacher, Mr. Ketu, he used to say that this shouldn't be called downward facing dog. He said this should be called mountain pose or triangle. Even though triangle is known as triangle, and that is ultimately a triangle, he said this is also a triangle. It looks like a mountain. So really make your downward dog as much as a triangle as you can, bringing those heels up and down, spending lots of time here bending the knees. I was speaking to a young woman today who was saying how difficult it was to bring the heels to the floor in downward facing. Then, of course, I immediately busted out into yoga mode and started to show her this very gentle peripatetic movement, just going forward and back, micro-dosing the movement. Because remember, movement is medicine for the body, as stillness is medicine for the mind. Beautiful. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. From here, coming right into pigeon pose, bringing the knee forward, leg back, walk it out. And once in pigeon, go left and right, looking side to side. Again, feeling the healing for 10, 9, 8, moving and grooving. You can even put your hip on the ground. 7. Remember, you can return to natural breathing at any point. 6. Again, it's just one of those things to be aware of when you try a different breathing pattern for the remainder of your practice. 3, 2, extra challenge, intermediate level, and 1. Lowering down to the floor. I'm going to grab my timer, and we're going to do 2 solid minutes here. And as we do our 2 solid minutes here, remembering as we're in pigeon, Sat, Chit, Ananda. If your mind is wandering, go back to the breath, right? The breath is an entertainment for your enlightenment. They're both 13-letter words. So again, as you focus on being entertained, focus on being entrained. Entrainment is a phenomenon like binaural beats. It allows the brain at no matter what frequency to slowly start to harmonize with an external. But this external is internal. The mantra is internal. The breath is internal and external. And technically the mantra is too, because you learned it externally. But it reflects something deeply internal. It's not something you're given. It's something you realize and awaken to. So it's already there. And fierce like a seed, it will grow. It just needs nourishment. Remember, we are water-based beings. So we choose the path of least resistance. So when the breath becomes natural, go with that. Let it go. But if you want to keep with the pranayama, feels really nice. Right? And doing different forms of it. Different temporal dimensions with the breath. And again, my head's only off the ground because I'm speaking to you, a little different than when I speak to the floor. We're in our final minute here in pigeon, but really, again, entertaining our enlightenment, right? Really enjoying our practice, right? There's nothing better on Netflix. There's nothing better on Prime. This is reality TV. This is the real yogis of Toronto. You are a part of them. You showed up today on your mat. Beautiful. We're going to do pigeon push-ups right now. We're going to start by lifting up and dropping back down, forehead to the floor. And then lifting up and dropping back down. And again, we're going to do this for another 2 minutes. So again, working with our triangles, reaching up through the elevated experience to the pinnacle, and then back down to the base. So imagine you're reaching up like a right angle triangle to 45 degrees, and then all the way up to 90. Curl that tailbone, lift that head, and then bring it back down. For those who want an extra challenge, airplane your arms, then lift yourself up without the use of your arms. Full central nervous system working, operating, and the peripheral is more passive. Stretching and strengthening breath by breath. Of course, I can't teach and do the breathing pattern at the same time. So again, I'm going to join you in this practice as I breathe. And as you continue, you might want to grab the backs of your hands, stretch, hold the breath, and then exhale, release, or keep holding your hands. Go to level 3. Nice and strong. Focus on triangles. Focus on the strongest shape known to human beings, to engineers, to archetypes. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss. Like a wave rising from the sea, right? Never second, only in appearance. Beautiful. Slowly, slowly roll down onto that hip. Come into deer pose. So again, you can't really see because it's behind me, but I'm just connecting the knee and the foot together. So again, the leg was behind me. I just bring it to my knee, and now I'm on my hip, and I'm on my side, and it's like a side saddle. And I'm just massaging it out for 10. Feel that hip. Again, remember, you're your own natural chiropractor, massage therapist. Right? We're not labeling anything in yoga. Remember, yoga is the union of communion. So it could be acupuncture. It could be anything. You're warming up meridians. What are meridians? They're nadis in yoga. It's a translation. Hatha, right? Yin yang, same. Ha means sun. Tha means moon, right? What is yin yang? Light and dark, right? Same, but different. And so once you start to study the different forms, you start to see the universality. Beautiful, fantastic. From here, coming up through tabletop, step back, downward facing. Or, as we said it earlier, mountain or triangle, right? Change the name. Maybe it changes your consciousness of the pose. Rather than being a downward facing dog, you give it that label. Maybe seeing it today more as a triangle, right? A downward facing triangle. Right? So different than triangle pose. Standing triangle pose, or straight leg standing triangle pose. Downward facing triangle. Feel it. Feet are at one base, hands are at the other base, and your head is at the pinnacle. Beautiful. Or your tailbone. Okay? 10, 9, 8, 7. Bring those heels down. 6. Stretch those legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. This time, left knee to left wrist. Again, I always make sure my ankle and my hip are connected. Helps me practice for lotus. And again, just moving and grooving, feeling the healing, moving and grooving side to side, and getting into that breath again. Feel its freestyle, feel its flow. Drop that hip down, lift it up. Again, do all the things that you're not allowed to do. That's what a warm-up is. That's what exploration is. Right? It's like not just, scribbling. It's kind of like scribbling, actually, but you can actually draw outside the lines. You can do anything you want. Actually, it's more like scribbling. You stay within the confines of the mat, not jumping around the room like dancing. Another form, right? So it does have a focal point. It does have some grounding, but it is like scribbling. I'm just moving around, moving my hips. Beautiful. 10, 9, 8. Relax the jaw, relax the shoulders. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's set 2 minutes on the clock. Right? Let's lower ourselves down, and then let's pigeon ourselves up, and then come down into pigeon and really surrender into it. Again, I'm not going to stay down because of the talking element, the teaching. But you'd be in it, elbows out wide, just grounding. Again, that back hip should be a little bit lifted so you can push back into it. And again, the heel and hip connection that we talk about, both on the front side and the back side. Again, if it feels more comfortable to do what I'm doing, it truly is. Just stacking up a little bit, taking some of the pressure off with your elbows. But again, it's all your choice. It's a yogi's choice. So 2 minutes here in your pigeon. How do you find this creative or interesting if you're one that needs constant movement? Well, there's 2 types of movement in yoga, right? 2 ways to increase circulation. to create a cardiovascular experience. The first, right, is through the movement, but we're not moving right now. We're being still. We're in the yang and transforming into the yin, right? We're going from the ha into the tha, so we're grounding now. And then this grounding experience, this feeling of surrender, you're letting go. The second movement you can do in this stillness is through the breath. And the breath also increases circulation. So circulation can increase through movement, physical movement, but it can also increase through respiration. So, right, finding that breath. Sat chit, ananda. Truth, consciousness, bliss. Truth, consciousness, bliss. Beautiful. And let's pigeon push up. Continue with that breathing pattern, lifting up and down with the arms. You can do this as much or as little as you like. Again, explore different places. And I encourage everyone to do a few using the peripheral and moving it through the central and using the strength of the whole body. And then start to focus for those who want to take it to level 2, airplane your arms. See if you can lift yourself up and down, stretching and strengthening your lower back, your hips, coming up and down, feeling that flow. Call these pigeon push-ups, right? Feeling as you lift and drop. Level 3, you can grab behind you, stretch back, reach back, and then let it go. Of course, level 4, let's say, you just keep holding. Good, feel. Up and down. And then again, focusing on triangles, right? I can count 3 triangles, right? The triangle of breath, the triangle of my left leg, from my heel to my knee to my hip, and I can also count the triangle behind my back, with my arms up in the air, and with my head. Beautiful. Feel. So many triangles, stretching and strengthening. And you may notice a big difference in your down dog from where we started to where we're going to be after this series of movements. And again, I know they're hard, but we only have 45 minutes. So it's like poetry. We're going from, let's say, the hour class, which is more like creative writing, into poetry. Right? We have less time, so we have to really concentrate, right? And allow that concentration to really help us expand, flow, feel, show, breathe, and be. Beautiful. From here, slowly come up. Curl the toes behind you, step back, and walk it out. Left and right, left and right. Feel. Hips up high for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. From here, left hand to right foot. You can go to the outside or the inside. What's important here is that you look under your armpit. Again, look at all the triangles. Lots of triangles here. Feel that triangulation. Feel the strongest shape being embodied. Imagine the shape of a triangle while you're in one. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch. Left hand, right hand, reaches for left leg. Again, whatever the grip you feel most comfortable with, look under left armpit and really pull. That's the key. Again, nothing aggressive. We never force or fix in yoga. Rather, we allow and accept the natural alignment to unfold. One more. Beautiful. And from here, coming down onto the knees, uncurl the toes and drop into child's pose and just relax. Again, feel that breath. Right, from an acute to an obtuse triangle. And again, trying to find that equilateral triangle. I'm going back to grade 9 math. Wow, that was a long time ago. Remembering these words for triangles. Acute, obtuse, and equilateral. Right, but it is the strongest shape. And from that shape, the hexagon, also very strong shape. Like the beehive, very powerful. Born of the triangle. Born of 3. Beautiful. Let's do one Brahmari here. Remembering Brahmari is the internal Om. It helps to send that internal vibration through the body. It helps accelerate healing. It helps increase your presence in the present moment. Remember, the louder, the stronger, the better. And if you have pets, you will know how powerful this breath is because it sends them. It really, really, really sends them because the vibration is so strong and their ears are so sensitive. So, of course, if you have pets, just be mindful. You can do it just nice and gentle, but keep it long. For those who don't, keep it strong. Here we go, all together. Deep breath in. Beautiful. And slowly, slowly coming up. We're going to form another triangle, right? This is going to be our ankle stretch, so leaning back. And that's level 1. Level 2, bend the elbows, and that helps lift the knees. Lift the knees, lift the knees. And then finally, level 3, you release the arms. Beautiful. Continuing with the breath, right? Nice natural breathing. Now that you're in it, you're within it, you're staying aware of the breath, right? That's what's important, right? It's not so much what it is, but rather what it is. Emphasis, right? It's awareness, and energy always follows awareness. Beautiful. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, leaning back, curling forward, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. From here, curl the toes, come back, lift the knees, lift the ankles. We worked on this one yesterday. Toe stand, one of my favorite balancers, because it's not on one leg, but it is on your toes. And it is a very beautiful pose. So connect those elbows. You'll notice that every time I lose the balance, my elbows and knees disconnect. So one of the ways I focus my connection is driving my elbows down. Just a little bit of pressure on my knees, and I find my stability increases ever so subtly. Beautiful. 10, 9, breathing all the way in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Satchidananda. Allow the hands to come down. Bring the ankles to the floor. Relax your head. Straighten your legs. And let everything relax. Straight leg. Beautiful. Shake your hips left and right. And let it go. Let it flow. Feel that energy. Beautiful. Let everything relax. Remember, work hard, rest harder. We talked about effort and reward yesterday. Again, feeling that healing. Right? When you apply effort, when you release the effort, reward is always waiting. Because the effort is the reward. The reward is the release of the effort. It's the ha that becomes the tha. It's the yang that becomes the yin. It's the lack that becomes the abundance. Beautiful. And slowly coming up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing nice and tall at the top of your mat. I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can see. We're going to go side to side, getting a nice stretch side to side, reaching for our knees, side to side. And again, the head can relax, right, and get really into it. This is one of my favorite movements. This movement, trust me when I tell you, is truly simple. And simple, of course, is complicated, understood. Although it seems like a very simple movement, this movement was born of many movements. And the sequence came from a lot of places. And it just became really simple to do. And it's like, why wasn't it always there? It's because we wasn't always aware that it was there. So now I'm reaching for the back of the knees, reaching for the back of the knees, reaching for the back of the knees. And of course, we're preparing for standing triangle. So again, this is a great way. We get in a lot of repetitions. And it's just like memory, right? It's rehearsal. Right? We have to do rote learning sometimes, even in the body. So you want to remember something, you repeat it a bunch of times. Fantastic. Or you just make a note. And that's what just holding the posture is, or holding the posture is, just making a note, and then you can always refer back to that note later. Good. To the front of the knees. Front of the knees, side to side. Side to side. Feel, 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 feel. And then we twist, twist. Same movement to the knees, but to the inside. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. From here, stand up nice and tall. I'm just stepping back in order to give you the right view. So going hip width apart on your mat. So I'm going to step back a little bit so I'm in the whole frame, but I'm just going to take my left toes out to the left side. So basically, my foot is on the edge of my mat. Good, and my other foot is on this edge. Now, it can be a little bit wider depending on what your space is. Again, I wouldn't want to do it on the wood because I would slip out. But if I had a carpet, I would have no worries. So again, hand on the knee. Place your hand on your knee. Left side, L for left. Hand on knee. Hand on hip, like I'm a little teapot. And then, I guess here is your handle and here is your spout. And when you get all steamed up, right, you reach down, tip me over, pour me out, right? And now you're pouring yourself out. See, that's why I step back, because I'm right at the edge now of the frame. And that's good. You should feel it. You notice my arm is moving. I'm looking up, and I'm feeling that triangle. Good. Staying here, feeling here. Level 1. Level 2, you start to come up and down, up and down, up and down. This is level 2. Don't do this if it feels great to be here or if you just want to take a break. But again, to increase it, pushing through the hip, reaching down to the foot. Again, that micro movement we're talking about. Breaking down, breaking through, right? Letting go, letting be. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, reach down, try and reach for your foot, reach for the ceiling, and realize one foot is set, is grounded in the truth. The other foot, chit, is grounded in consciousness. And then the hand, ananda, right? That's the bliss. That's the flag. That's the stars. That's the joy. Beautiful. And coming up. Release. Fantastic. Shifting to the other foot now. Right foot. And again, just to the edge of your mat. So right at the edge of your mat, other foot. Again, if I was on a carpet, I might be able to do this, but I'm not going to do that because, again, I have the laminate floors. Can slide out. So again, or wood. Not sure. Wood or laminate. But anyways, it's slippery. So we want to make sure that we don't slide out and do the splits because that's not the posture we're doing today. So again, right hand down, reach for the knee, hand on hip, stop here. All right, this is the beginning. Next, you reach up. And as you reach up, you find that beautiful balance, just like that child song, right? You tip me over and pour me out. You're tipping yourself over. You're pouring yourself out, right? Relaxing here, feeling here, breathing here, connecting with the breath. Remember, the breath is connected to Satchitananda. Right? Staying aware, energy always follows awareness. Level 2s, go up and down. Feel breakthrough, up and down, up and down. It's like flossing that hip, pushing out through that left hip, diving down to reach for the toes. Good, feel. And then finally, we reach in both directions for 10, 9, relax the jaw, look up, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, coming up. Fantastic. Hands on hips, make some circles. All right, feel, just to release that energy. I'm moving in a clockwise. If you're moving counterclockwise, that's fine. Just do what feels right. And now flipping in the opposite direction. Let it flow. Notice I have my legs straight. I always have my legs straight because I always want to progress through this movement. My circles have gotten bigger over time, and they've also gotten painless over time. It's not that there's not any pain. We all feel some level because we go into these postures. There's something called strong sensation, but it becomes less strong. It becomes less painful. That's the way I describe it using the phenomena of language. But everyone is feeling it, so we all know what it is. Beautiful. All right, so now we're going to go into full triangle. That's where we bend the knee. So in order to do that, I'm showing from the side. You might be this way, which is fine. And I think I'm going to do it the same way as you. That way it's a little better rather than showing from the side. So if you're having any issue, I might just come off the mat and go this way, but don't change your position. You just stay exactly where you are. All right, so from here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take a big step forward into warrior 2. Okay, so big step forward into warrior 2. And then if you've ever come to one of my flow classes and we prepare for warrior, we start to lead that knee in different directions. Ooh, there it goes, crick crack. See, if I just go straight forward and back, I don't really get that sensation because I'm not breaking through the fixation, right? It's when I start to move it in different directions. That's when something fun goes on because this is not normal, but it's safe. I'm safe with this. My energy, my awareness are bound together through my breath. So we're not doing anything that is beyond the breath. The breath always keeps us safe. I once said there's no injury in yoga because if you're doing yoga, you'll never get injured. It's not yoga that ends up injuring us, right? When we're performing or we're doing, contortionism or, different forms of expression, whatever that may be. So again, if we're doing yoga, we're always with the breath and the breath will always tell us. Beautiful. So now that we've warmed it up, get into a really good position. So from here, I'm going to talk it through and then I'm going to switch to the side. So you're going to reach for the knee and then you're going to start to look up. So now I'm going to show you from the side so you can see it. So I'm in the exact same position as you, don't worry. But now you can really start to see what it is I'm doing. One day we'll have multiple cameras that can just edit and shoot all the different angles live. Good, so from here, bend that knee, and once you have that knee bent, take that other arm, reach it up, feel up, and just level out here. This might not be the way you're used to doing it. Start here. Level 1, triangle. See the triangle? Palm, foot, other foot. Triangle. Hold. Not hard. Where it gets hard. Go down to the knee and elbow region, and then come back up. And then down to the knee and elbow region and come back up. Knee and elbow region, come back up. Keeping that bend in the knee. Good. And then finally, if you want, you can always take a previous pose. Keep the elbow and knee locked. Push that knee open like in warrior 2. Hold it there and see if you can bring your index finger and middle finger in between your toes. Your sort of big toe and second toe. And I'm just pushing the ground with my fingers like a toy gun, right? Just pressing down between those two fingers, bending in, reaching up, looking up for 10, 9, relax your jaw, twinkle your fingers like stars, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Last one. Beautiful. And coming up right into our reverse warrior. connect bicep to ear, stretch back, and then bend the knee. Bend the knee. Connect bicep to ear and bend the knee. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We're gonna switch. Don't move, don't do anything. Stay in that position. I'm gonna be here with you, okay? We're in the same thing. Warrior 2, back off, step back to the front of your mat, or the back of your mat, whichever you prefer. I'm at the back, and let's do some knee circles for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other direction. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. From here, stepping forward into warrior 2 once again. Again, heel arch alignment. So it looks like a T. See, it looks like a T. And then I step back, bend the knee. Once you bend the knee, explore, explore, explore the different directions. Again, nothing too intense, nothing too dramatic. You're just learning to lengthen and strengthen. You're feeling the connection from the hip to the knee, feeling it into the ankle, into the toes. Right? Sometimes I do lift my heel from time to time. But again, if you watch my hip, you'll see different levels as I move it around just to see how much I'm actually opening it up. It's not always full open. Sometimes I just rock forward and back. Beautiful. From here, arms straight, reach for the knee. Now I'm going to transition. Don't move. Quick jump cut. And here we go. Now on this side, hand on knee, right arm on right hip, lift up, triangle pose. Palm, foot, other foot. Beautiful triangle. Look up, feel up. Breathe and feel. Level 2s, up and down, up and down, up and down, increasing that intensity, doing a little bit of balancing. Imagine you are on a balance beam, right? Up and down. This would be very difficult. It's not, but it is when you're actually on a balance beam because the feeling of the space is everywhere. You're really grounded right here on the floor. So if you do fall out, there's floor. But those who want the challenge, imagine you're on a balance beam. Good. Now finally, coming down, reaching up at the same time for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Coming up. Now we're going to bend that knee, allow ourselves to come in left side and full triangle now. Feel that transition. Again, a little bit differently than we came in the last time. Feeling it now on this side. Straight away in, because I know the stream's going to end, so I have to speed up the ending a little bit. But don't worry, we're going to get all the postures in. So again, coming up, coming down, feeling around, working it through. You've done it on one side. So again, you can take some of the shortcuts, right? Bypass some of the teachings, because remember, the guru is within, the teaching is within. Allowing yourself to be where you are. If you're here, you've showed up for your practice, you know what you're doing, you've been to class, so many wonderful teachers here at the studio. Again, you've learned from some of the best, not just in Toronto, but maybe even North America. And slowly coming up, beautiful work, straighten that leg. Bicep to ear, dance it back, bend that knee, bend that knee. Bend that knee. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. You'd be at the front of your mat, so windshield wiper your arms. Walk your feet out, downward facing dog. Final downward facing dog. Feel all that we've done. Good. Feel. 10, 9, 8, pulsing. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk, step, hop it through, and lie straight down and back. Deep breath in, deeper breath out, and feel the final triangle. That from your head to your hips and your heart. Like the great pyramid of Giza, your heart is the gold that rests at the top. Imagine the chakras like a topographical map, looking from an aerial position down at yourself. It's spiraling through you and lifting up like an ice cream cone. The energy is guiding upward towards the universe. And you're just feeling that energy. It's a very healing energy. So let's squeeze our glutes, release our glutes, squeeze our glutes and our thumbs, release, squeeze our glutes, squeeze our thumbs, squeeze our face for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release all that tension. Relax your head, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, and just settle into Shavasana. As you settle into Shavasana, I'm going to sit up in order to monitor the stream. You just keep being you. You just keep doing you. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. And again, you can continue with your Shavasana and not worry about the stream. But because of the nature of the 1 hour time limit, we're going to have to start to awaken from our awakeness and just slowly relax it out left and right. Right? Feeling the healing. And again, don't have to. You can just stay in Shavasana and ride out the rest of this there in Shavasana. That's what I would do. But as the instructor, I have to now play to the protocol of time. Beautiful. I wanted to get all those triangles in, and we did. Hooray. So now slowly coming up, whichever side you prefer, to a comfortable seated position, and then bring your hands together and create lots of good energy. Lots of good energy. Satchidananda, from the hips, through the heart, into the head. Sat, hips, chit, heart, ananda, head. Yay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that energy open up. And feel the power of a triangle within a circle. That's what you are. That's the logo here at IAM Yoga, if you've ever noticed. It's a circle with a figure in downward dog, with a mat, with a triangle. Very powerful alchemy. And let's seal that alchemy, seal that geometry, seal that spirituality with a strong Brahmari or a mantra Om to close the palms, close the practice. Deep breath in. Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. In your hearts, in your lives, and everything that you see, are, and be. The divine in me sees and shares the divine in you. In love, with love, through love. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. Namaste. Yay, everyone. Good energy to all. And we'll see you tomorrow. Same bat time, or same yoga time, same yoga channel. Tomorrow, 5:30 for day 4. Remember, we post all the homework tonight to prepare for tomorrow. We made it just before the stream ended. So I thank you and bless you and hope nothing but abundance as we get through this lockdown by locking in and laying out. Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions, just write them in the comments. Sentiments, anything you want to do, just put them in the comments. I give them a quick read. Al will give them a quick read, or just contact us privately through IAM Yoga, DMS, or email us or call. All right, everyone. See you all soon. Namaste again.